You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I was about to shoot something else. I literally had another story set up until this breaking news came in, and I went, is this a joke? Are you kidding me? We just thought Nafisia Collier and Unrivaled. We just thought Breonna Stewart and Unrivaled was a conflict of interest. I mean, granted, they are co-founders, so yeah, but they're also the VPs of the WNBA Players Association, WNBPA, the Players Union. This may have taken it to a whole nother level. I introduce you to Nneka Ogwumike, and of course, she is the president of the WNBA Players Union. All right, the WNBPA. She is the president representing these players in negotiations for a CBA that just had to get extended. A negotiation period had to be extended to get a deadline to keep from a work stoppage / lockout situation. Guys, I can't believe this. I did a video. People thought this wasn't going to be an option, and I said, if Caitlin Clark plays in an off-season league, this is probably going to end up being the league. There's also another one being worked on out there, by the way. Nneka Ogwumike signs with new women's basketball league, Project B, as WNBA contract talks persist. I mean, the conflict, and don't give me, they play during a different time. It is a professional basketball league. The only thing I will say that does make this different is at least this is overseas, but a WNBA asset, the player, can still be injured. And that's going to harm the WNBA owner's asset. This is wild. Former WNBA MVP Nneka Ogwumike has signed a contract with Project B, the first player who is known to have joined the latest professional women's basketball league ahead of play that is expected to begin in Europe and Asia in November of 2026. Ogwumike, like other players in the league, will get an undisclosed salary and equity stake in the league. Project B officials have said 66 players who they want for their league. The format calls for 6 teams of 11 women each will receive larger salaries than those currently offered in the WNBA. What about potentially offered? That's a big question. If they're going to offer salaries bigger than the new max deal, then that's something. But a lot of these overseas leagues are paying a lot of money already. While the financial specifics haven't been disclosed, the potential of more lucrative compensation comes at an important moment for women's professional basketball. As interest in the sport has soared in recent years, the WNBA and the Players Union are locked in these tense negotiations over a new collective bargaining agreement, with much of the dispute centered on salary and revenue sharing. In an interview with the Associated Press, the 35-year-old Ogwumike said the compensation package was key to her signing with Project B. Quote, "It's not something that is usually offered to us, and by us, I mean women's athletes. So for there to be an entry level of equity across the board was eye-catching. It's something that I stand for, obviously." The 35-year-old Ogwumike hopes the equity stake will be the standard for leagues going forward. She's currently involved in negotiations for a new collective bargaining agreement, with the WNBA serving as the union president. God, wow. The WNBA and its players recently agreed to extend their CBA for another 30 days through November, but the sides remain far apart on terms of a new deal. Surely they are not going to let this go to a lockout. Wow. Project B plans to play their inaugural season in April of 2027 that would not interfere with the typical WNBA calendar. Project B would give Ogwumike the opportunity to essentially play year-round, something she did before she spent winters in Russia and Poland. She has not played overseas since 2019. This is wild. Project B intends to stream its games, and we'll see players competing on a traveling circuit just like golf, tennis, and auto racing. We want premier cities, and our goal is to create an F1-style TV event. Wow. Alana Baird, Project B's chief basketball officer. There's a tournament in each city. At the end of each tournament, there's going to crown a champion. That all leads up to potentially crowning a champion of the world. Kind of sounds exciting. Beard said many top WNBA players have signed on. I did a video earlier about Paramount buying the WB, Warner Brothers Discovery, who is a media investor in Unrivaled, and how that might affect that league, combined with the fact that the biggest players in the WNBA, for whatever reason, have chose not to play in Unrivaled, including Angel Reese and Sabrina Ionescu, who did play in Unrivaled. By the way, Sophie Cunningham the other day came out and said, Mama needs a new house. She could probably buy about 3 if she ends up playing in this league. Project B is the brainchild of Skype founder Jeff Pretence and former Facebook executive Grady Burnett. The two come from the tech world where people have equity in company, so when the company succeeds, the workers succeed too. Nneka Ogwumike, Sloane Stevens, and Candace Parker are part of the investment group. And we all know immediately that raises our antenna. Candace does what? Host a podcast with Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah's playing in Unrivaled for now. Unrivaled's about to have a problem with getting players, is what's going to happen. Because this league, and this sounds like a more, and it's, let's not get confused. Let's not get confused. This is the league that's got the Saudi investors involved. Okay, so the amount of money in this is going to be a lot. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be more than Unrivaled's paying. It's going to be more than, at least right now, we just found out, the WNBA's paying. And it sounds like it's going to be on a much larger, grander scale if they're talking about sweeping in the cities and doing an F1 kind of event. Conflict of interest. This is wild. Because we know the owners of the WNBA, they want to abolish off-season leagues. Players going to off-season leagues. Or at least prevent the players from playing in them. Tell me what you think. Crown an eventual world champion. I may be wrong. Caitlin Clark may not play in this league. I just got this feeling. Angel Reese, too, by the way. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.